There's a problem on WebAssign that students tend to struggle with, and it's not the algebra part, it's the graphing part. So for this question on my WebAssign, which may be different than yours in terms of the equation, the first thing you need to do is solve for y and put it in y equals mx plus b form. I'm not going to write that up because you can look at that back in your notes. But when I did it, I found that the slope was -4/5. Notice I didn't write it as a decimal, I wrote it as a fraction. The y-intercept, when reduced down, is 2. But because they're asking me to write it as an xy point, the x value is 0, because the initial value starting with 0, and then the y value is 2. To graph it, you need to light up the blue double arrow line. Plot the number 2 on the y-axis and then count it off like we did before. So go down 1, 2, 3, 4, over 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then plot the point. All right. See how it kind of went back to this again, but I want it back on line. And then it'll put the double arrows at the ends of it. And then you can go ahead and graph it. If you prefer plugging in points for x and getting out values for y, you can use this feature by plugging in the point and then plugging in the x and then finding the corresponding y and graphing it that way. But the way we did it in class was we counted off the slope and then plotted the line.